What happened there?
You just threw them on the table. Orgies.
Looked like there was a mini massacre.
Yes. That doesn't look like a wampa.
Something's getting whomped. I'm gonna leave it like that.
All right. Hit the intro.
Hi! Welcome to the BlueMilk Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything Star Wars related. I'm BJ.
I'm Jacob.
I'm drinking. Slowly.
Yep.
Yep.
So what do we got today, guys?
Well, coming back from last week where we talked in review, or not really in review, we gave our BlueMilk Podcast dummy explanation of the prequels.
According to you, the topic was explain Star Wars to somebody who's never seen it.
Star Wars, yeah.
These two decided to explain the movies.
Yes, that was the thing. We're explaining the movies.
Well, you were a bit more loquacious, and then I truncated it a little bit, but I still missed some stuff.
Where
Dirk didn't get the opportunity to actually fill in the gap.
yeah, we ran out of time.
He didn't finish 3, but we can just skip that.
Yeah, we'll skip that. So the topic was
Because we all know the second one's the better one.
explain Star Wars to someone who's never seen it.
Yeah.
So now it's my turn.
It's a romance in space.
Episode 1.
Between a brother and a sister.
So, Star Wars, as was stated, I believe, by somebody on that side of the table.
Yeah.
Star Wars takes place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
We did cover that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Hey, thanks.
Star Wars, in general, is a love story.
Between a brother and a sister.
No.
Between a
This
man
is
and a
Star
woman.
Wars in general. The whole thing involves a love story, so it is a love story.
Yeah.
In
Between the light
space,
side and the dark side?
there is a thing called the Force. Not forcefully. The Force has a light side and a dark side, according to the factions throughout.
According to two of the factions.
Two of the factions.
Sorry.
What?
I was trying to say a word and it didn't work out that well, so continue.
So it did actually translate to.
Yeah, I just.
Did you have like a stroke?
No, I just
kind of what it looked like.
I gave up. Really,
So it was a stroke.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll get.
You should go to the hospital.
I'll make sure I zoom in on his face so everyone can see what that looked like.
According to two of the factions.
Two of the factions. If you spit on this tablecloth.
Don't laugh while your mouth is full. There you go.
Don't laugh with your mouth full, Dirk.
He rarely ever laughs.
So, that's pretty much it. Force, love, Not forced love. Just the Force and love. In space.
Yeah, because like the prequels is a love story between Anakin and Padme.
So now...
And the main
Shut up
trilogy-
and let me finish.
I thought you were done.
I want you guys to keep quiet
Yeah.
while I do this.
Okay.
Alright.
So, they went ahead and explained what episode 1, 2, and 3 were. Well, mostly. Episode 1, 2, and 3 follows the story of a little whiny slave boy who falls in love with somebody way out of his league.
Does manage.
And she... Who fucking died?
That's not...
He grows up, continues to be a whiny little bitch, and falls in love with his master. Then decides his master isn't good enough, so he gets a new master and decides he's into S&M. His old master doesn't quite understand, chops him up into little bits, and then his new master fixes him up, and he turns into a new whiny bitch as a paraplegic with health issues, such as asthma. And he turns black. He was white, he turns black. So, there's whatever. It's all the same. He's missing parts.
All 4 limbs.
He's still missing parts.
Can you say
but
that
he gets them all back.
He went extreme?
Extreme what?
I don't know.
Extreme quadriplegia.
He gets all
Yeah.
of his limbs
Can you
back
do
because he
extreme?
still has like...
They
Darth
don't really
Vader.
blow off.
I do if we get the toy. Hit a button on the back and his arms and legs pop violently.
Extreme!
I would actually like to see that toy. I think they made that once.
Now, throughout the first 3 episodes, there is heavy racism.
Yeah.
But there's equality because there is a special ed kid.
Wait, is that Jar Jar?
Yes.
Okay, good.
There are...
He's a kid?
There are Asians.
Yeah.
There's a pretty cool black dude who never says motherfucker, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
because he really should.
All of his lines literally have that spot available.
Would that be a token black? No, because there were 2. There was
Who's the other one?
captain, Padme's,
Oh, yeah.
whoever
Okay.
he was.
Yeah, the captain of the guard.
Yeah.
And then there was a Mexican.
Bale.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, I was
So-
also thinking...
So it is
Oh,
multiracial.
No, he's Australian, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, he's...
New Zealand, yeah.
It's all the same because Australia doesn't exist. Flat Earth.
It's
Oh, okay.
it's the ball that the cat plays with.
The Earth?
Yeah.
Have you not seen that the continents make a
Zealand
cat, and Australia is the ball that the cat's playing with? You haven't seen that?
dude? No.
It's pretty good.
Alright.
Pretty good. Anyway.
So, equality, racism, in equal amounts.
It's equally racist across everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so,
Episode 4.
episode 4, 5, and 6. Jacob, go!
Alright, so, Episode 4, A New Hope. You open up with probably one of the greatest openings to a movie, with a ship that you think is just flying, and then you see blast points coming out after them. Then you see this motherfucking triangle pizza thing. Turns out it's a ship, but it's chasing them. Then they get boarded, and this Darth Vader character comes in, says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you all. Where the fuck are the plans?" Okay, so then you have this princess chick who's like, "Hey, pick these plans to this droid thing, R2 and C-3PO," and they get out of the ship and on an escape pod, and then they land on this desert planet that we don't know what the name is, but it's called Tatooine. It's a pretty cool place. Seems like the entire galaxy is centered around this planet, like the prequels are. Anyways, And then the droids are trying to figure out. They're just trying to find this character named Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or no, Ben. No, they're looking for Obi-Wan. Sorry. They're looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Apparently, I haven't seen the movie in a while. Maybe the piece, everything. Anyways, and so they're trying to find this guy, and then they get taken by these things called Jawas. They're like little creepy things. And they get captured, and then they get sold to this guy named Luke Skywalker and his uncle and aunt. And Luke Skywalker is the son of Anakin Skywalker, who turns out to be Darth Vader. He's also a whiny little bitch. He wants to go to Tashi Station. Badly. Really badly.
Spell it. That's what I thought.
G-O-C-H.
No.
Damn it. Is it S-H?
No.
I would think C. O? Is it O-U?
Oh my god. Would you just continue?
Mr. Touching Station.
No, that would work for this podcast, wouldn't it?
Mr. Touching.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Touching. You know who you are. How's laundry? Sorry, I had interrupted.
And so R2 plays this message of the princess.
Who the fuck is R2?
R2-D2. I already explained who that was. That was
When?
one of the droid that Leia gave the plans to. I explained that part.
Did he?
Anyways, so R2, the dome-looking one, has the plans to the Death Star, which is the super secret battle station that you find out. What the fuck? Oh, it's a cat. You find out about Rogue One, but we're not going to cover that in this one. And so, hologram, Leia, help me with one. Kenobi, here, my only hope. And Luke knows of this guy named Ben Kenobi. He's like, I wonder if they're the same person or something, or maybe he knows him or something. And then R2 runs away, tries to find Obi-Wan, and then Luke goes find Obi-Wan, or R2, and then he gets captured by Sand People, and then Obi-Wan comes in, he's like, hey, I'm Ben, also Obi-Wan, I used to be called Obi-Wan. I also knew your father, Luke. Yeah, good times. Fast forward, they go to Mos Eisley because Uncle and Aunt died, and they go to Mos Eisley to get a ship to go to Alderaan, which is where Leia and Bail and all that fun people are from and all that stuff. And then Han, that's where you meet Han Solo and Chewbacca. And yeah, they have like, oh, I need we got credits and all that shit. We'll promise you more credits and all that shit. Anyways, this guy named Greedo comes in. Han shoots first. Don't let them lie to you. And then they fly away. The stormtroopers are Trills trying to find R2 and C-3PO and all that stuff because they know, like, oh, you have the plans and all that stuff. Where's the plans? They fly. They go into hyperspace. They hit the asteroid field that was Alderaan because Alderaan got destroyed by Darth Vader and the Empire with the Death Star. Cool. Asteroid belt, all that cool stuff. And they're like, oh, that's no moon, that's a space station. That was the Death Star. And so they get captured by the, what the fuck is that called? The tractor beam. There we go. Tractor beam. And they hide, and they can't be found. Whatever. And so they go find the princess, and Obi-Wan and Darth Vader have a fight, and then Obi-Wan, like, kind of gives up, and then becomes one with the Force, and Darth Vader's like, die, motherfucker! And Luke says, no! And then goes away. They go to this planet called Tantive 4? Tantive 5? Yavin, wow. Wrong thing. Oh, shit. Yavin 4, there we go. They go to Yavin 4 where the Rebel Alliance is at, where their like base, and then the Death Star comes up like, we found the fucking place. Oh, by the way, they're trying to find the Rebel base so they can destroy the base. but that's pretty much all they're trying to do. So they found the rebel base. They're about to explode, and so they get into these things called X-Wings, and they go fly around the Death Star. It's a pretty cool dog chase and all that stuff. You got TIE fighters. Darth Vader joins the fight. Luke goes in, and then Han Solo comes in, saves the day, and blasts one of one of the engines of Darth Vader, and he goes flying away. And then Luke discovers, oh, I have the Force, and so he uses that. Proton torpedoes go into the Death Star, and they have just about enough time to escape the Death Star's explosion, and it goes. And then they go to Yavin. Then there's a medal ceremony. Chewbacca doesn't win a medal. And that's pretty much it. Credits.
You have 5 and 6 to go.
No, we do them in breaks, remember?
No, go ahead. 5 and 6 to go.
Oh, God. Okay, Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. The best one. Empire Strikes Back, it starts off... Fuck, how did this start off? I can remember the opening of it. Space. Final Frontier. Wrong series. Darth Vader is, again, trying to find the rebel base. And they shoot out these, tactical droids? Not tactical droids, they're, reconnaissance droids? There's a word for protocol. Protocol? Nope, that's C-3PO.
Would you like me to
Yeah.
Imperial probe droids.
Probe Imperial probe he shoots them out, and then they go to this planet called Hoth, which is a place that I would actually like to live at. Snow-covered. Tauntauns. Wonton probably there, too. And that's where the rebel base is at. And Luke and Han are doing, they're setting up, security thing. Not pine things. They're security shit. I can't think of the poles.
What?
I can't, they're setting up the security poles, the security fencing, to see if, I can't think of what it's called. I know, this is going to be great. And so they're doing that.
You're right, he is having a stroke. It's just really drawn out.
Han goes back to the base, he's like, I'll meet you there, Luke, and then Luke is like, I'm going to go check out this asteroid that just crashed out. Whatever. It was actually it was that pro droid. And then he gets attacked by this thing called a Wampa, which is right there, which is a pretty cool place.
And that's not how he got attacked.
That's not how he got attacked, no. He actually got messed up on the face because Mark Hamill, behind the scenes shit, Mark Hamill got into a car accident, so...
Pretty nasty one.
Yeah, so they did that, so that looks like why he got his face messed up. Cool. Anyways,
saved on makeup.
Yeah. And then, God, I need to watch Empire Strikes. God, I need to watch the original trilogy. I'll do this. Holy shit. Don't give me that look, DJ. And so they're trying to find Luke, and then Han goes to finds what's going on with that meteorite, which they didn't know if it was a droid or not. And then Luke is like, I have the Force, and he tries to break out of the cave because he's hanging upside down, and so he gets his lightsaber that's hiding in the snow over there, uses the Force, killed, and chops off the arm of the Wampa, goes in the snow. Obi-Wan's like, you need to go to Dagobah, meet my master Yoda. Yeah, that guy. So he's like, bad! And then, falls on the ground. Han Solo comes up, and, and he's like, hey, I found Luke. And then he cuts open the tauntaun. It's like, I thought they spelled bad on the outside. Puts Luke in there and be warm and all that stuff. Lukewarm. And so, yeah. Oh, forgot. They find out about the probe droid, and so they shoot it, and it self-destructs, actually. And they're like, prepare, we gotta leave Hoth because the Empire found us and all that shit. Sorry about that. That was before that. Wow. Anyways, they find Luke. Snow speeders come in and are like, hey, we found Luke. And so they go grab Luke and Han, and they go back to the base. Luke goes into a Bacta tank. And it's this, healing liquid shit that heals. And so he goes in there to get healed. And then after that, Leia makes out with him. Really, it was as a kiss, but, incest. Also, Luke and Leia are both brother and sister, but you won't find that out until Return of the Jedi. Spoiler.
Coming up in approximately 30 minutes when he gets done with 5.
Okay, so the Empire comes in like, we found them. We're gonna kill all these motherfuckers. And so they get AT-ATs, which are these cool camel-looking robot things, and they kill all these motherfuckers. Some of them escape, sadly, but that's shit happens. Luke goes away and goes to Dagobah, and Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon with Leia and Chewbacca and C-3PO all go to a different place, and the Alliance goes to another place. So we got 3 people, but we only pay attention to 2 sides. Technically 3 sides, but we'll get to that later. Darth Vader's very displeased that we lost the Rebel Alliance and all that stuff, and so he chokes the fucking general, and he's like, "Oh, you're now my general," or Admiral. There we go, it was Admiral. And so then you got this, Then Darth Vader finds these, he hires bounty hunters to find Han Solo and Leia and everything. And there's this chase in an asteroid belt, another one. And Han and Leia, they go in this cave, but it's not really a cave, it's actually inside of what the fuck is that worm called? Space Slug? Space Slug. They go inside the Space Slug, which is fucking huge. Imagine a worm inside of an apple, and the apple's an asteroid. Pretty good, yeah. So they go inside that, they don't know what it is, and there's these bat things, and they're like, oh, this isn't a cave, and so they escape and shit. And then Luke is trying to find Yoda. He finds Yoda. Turns out he's this green little midget thing, and he gets trained and all that stuff, and he tries to face his darkest fear, which is apparently Darth Vader. Then he cuts his mask open, and it's Luke's face. Whoa, what does that mean? We'll get to that later. And then Darth Vader's hiring all these bounty hunters, I got no disintegration, gotta find all these motherfuckers. And so they fight, and then so they're trying to find it, and then the Millennium Falcon's actually hiding right behind the Star Destroyer, and they go out in the trash that they release and all that shit. Smart plan. Then Boba Fett's there. Oh shit! Boba Fett! Yeah. And they go to Cloud City where Lando is there. Hey, cool, another black guy. Lando... hang on, I got a water break. Lando is there, and he's like, yeah, I can totally help you guys out. And then he doesn't help them out. He sells them out to the Empire, and the Empire's or Darth Vader's what's up, bitches? And then Han Solo tries to shoot him, deflects the blaster bullet and all that stuff. Luke senses this from Dagobah, and he's like, my friends are in trouble, I gotta go. And then Yoda's like, no, don't do that. And then Obi-Wan's like, no, don't do that. You got your training. And there's another. And then he goes away. And then he goes to Cloud City, meets up with Darth Vader. Han Solo gets captured in carbonite. This is completely messed up in this area, but you'll get the gist of it all. Han Solo gets captured in a carbonite, which is cool. And then there's the whole thing of I love you, I know, with Leia and Han. And then Leia and Lando and Chewbacca escape. And then Luke and Vader have this awesome fight. And then Luke reveals, yo, I'm your father, bro. And no, that's impossible. Search your feelings. It's known to be true, and all that shit. And then Luke falls down, and then goes into this tube, and it's actually underneath Cloud City. And Leia knows exactly where he is because she's force sensitive too. That's the other. They go save Luke, and then they go to this place where the Alliance is. Whoa, Alliance! And they're like, kind of a happy ending, but they don't have Han. Then credits. Return to the Jedi. You're back to Tatooine because everything's fucking in Tatooine. Jabba's palace. He's a slug dude that no one really likes. I fucking hate Hutts. Han's there. Boba Fett's there. It's a great time. Lando, Luke, and Leia devised this plan. Oh, Chewbacca's also there. They devised this plan to capture or to get Han and escape, and it kind of works out-ish to a point. That's really not necessary. They get Han, everyone dies except for Han, Luke, Leia, Lando, Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO. So not everyone, but all the other guys die. Maybe Boba Fett? Anyways, we're skipping that part. Luke goes back to Dagobah. Yoda's dying. He's like, you're fully trained, you're a Jedi, and then Luke's like, yeah, or no, Luke is like, yeah, I'm a Jedi, and then or Yoda goes on with the Force again, and then Luke meets up with the Alliance, and then there's the Alliance. They're like, they're building another Death Star. A lot of the Bothans died and all this shit, and so they're trying to figure out all this, trying to figure out what the fuck to do and all that stuff. And then they go to this this Force moon of Endor, where the Death Star 2 is actually going to be built, and they're saying that it's not manufactured, it's not functional at this moment. And so then you got, so they're going to Endor, and there's these teddy bears called Ewoks, and they're pretty cool. They're actually supposed to be Wookiees and all that stuff, but we see the Wookiees in It's just third one. And so you got these like teddy bear things like, wooku wooku, wooku wooku, or nub nub, with pitchforks and torch forks and all that fun stuff. And so Luke goes up and says that I'm giving up or something like that. He surrenders to Vader, and so Vader and Luke have this talk. They get the Han, Chewbacca, R2, Leia, and all of them. They all get captured by Ewoks. Wait, no, not Leia. Leia goes with one of them. And they're like, no, these are my friends and all that stuff. Either way, they make friends with the Ewoks. Get that straight, okay? They make friends with the Ewoks. They almost get eaten, but they become friends. Luke is also there. He gets captured, doesn't he? I think he gets captured, then goes surrenders. Yeah, he gets captured. I'm jumping everywhere. Sorry, guys. He actually gets captured with all the other ones except for Leia. And then they go to the Ewoks and all that, and then they become friends. And then Luke says to Leia, I'm your brother, sup sis, and then surrenders to Vader. There we go. Straightened up. Hey. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so then Luke goes up to the Death Star 2. They're making all these plans and all that stuff. They're going to try to take out the shielding around the Death Star 2. Luke goes up and finally meets Palpatine, also known as the Emperor at this point. Vader's like, here's your fucking lightsaber to Palpatine. Luke's Palpatine. There we go. Stop fucking looking at me like that. Enjoy this. This is fun. Anyways, that's what Palpatine was saying to Luke and Vader and all that stuff. Like, you're going to be my next apprentice. Fuck Vader, even though he's listening to me right now, because it's pretty much what it was. Yes. Back to Han, they're trying to capture the shield generator type of thing, and then the Rebel Alliance is going in to make this grand stand against the Empire and taking out a whole bunch of their fucking shit and all that stuff. Turns out the Death Star 2 is actually fully operational and zaps the motherfucking ship, and they get captured when they're trying to take out the shield, and then Luke and Vader are having this fight on the Death Star 2, and the Emperor's like little, I don't know, MMA cage fight thing. It's not really a cage, but I think it'd be kind of cool if it was more of a cage fight. Anyways, and so then the Ewoks come up, this on Endor, the Ewoks come up and like, yeah, we're gonna kill these motherfuckers, and start throwing rocks and bows and all that shit at all the fucking stormtroopers that capture them. They win that part. The Alliance is still having this huge battle, the space battle in space and all that shit, and space battle. Luke and Vader still have this lightsaber. They take out the shield generator, and then Lando's like, they took out the shield generator, and so they fly into the Death Star 2, and then Luke and Vader are still having this fight, and then Luke overpowers Darth Vader by, like, smacking him and all that stuff, and then cuts Darth Vader's arm off, and like, even though it wouldn't hurt, because it's a robot. Just saying. Palpatine's good, go into your dark side and all that shit. And he's like, no, I will never do that. I'm a Jedi like my father before me, or some shit like that and all that stuff. And then he's like, no, then you'll die. And then Emperor starts zapping him. Zip, zip. And then you got, fuck, what was I? Oh, and so Vader then picks up the Emperor, throws him down the tube and all that shit. Lando flies in with the Millennium Falcon with Nub, whatever his co-pilot is. Anyways, they take out the reactors and all that shit, and then Luke drags Vader off onto an Imperial shuttle, and Vader dies. You're right, Luke. And so they fly down to Endor, and then the Death Star 2 explodes, and there's fireworks and all that stuff, and there's celebration around the entire galaxy. They have this cool camp party on Endor with Ewoks and all that shit, and then there's Force Ghosts, and then credits.
BJ, the topic is explain Star Wars to someone who has no clue about it. And we are currently discussing episode 4, 5, and 6. You're more than welcome to follow in his footsteps. I would strongly advise against it.
I was explaining each episode.
Episode 4 follows the story of Luke Skywalker, the son of Anakin Skywalker, and his journey from a humble farm boy that wishes to join the Empire as a pilot into a hero of the rebellion.
Episode 5.
Are you done?
That covers 4, 5, and 6.
You're such a fucking asshole.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Alright. So, once again, the topic was explain Star Wars to someone who has no clue about it. We are currently on 4, 5, and 6. So, 4, 5, and 6 follows the story of another whiny bitch who happens to be the son of the previous whiny bitch that we discussed, who went from a white dude to a black dude. Well, white dude with black armor, but still, black dude. Pretty badass, for the most part, with health issues. The younger whiny bitch does not have the health issues, so he's already better off. He falls in love, or thinks he does, with his sister, so it explains kind of gives the dangers of incest a little bit. 4, 5, and 6 also show how easy it is to blow up a planet. Do you mind would you please not put your Darth Bartok everywhere? Hey, say hi. Okay, go away. Well, let's see. It also shows the dangers of obesity and angering wild animals. Gives an insight into the medical technology of the time and the place. And 4, 5, and 6, the main characters also get chased by a black dude, and they meet a black dude. So there's a little balance there. Young whiny bitch gets training in the light side from a leprechaun, a very old leprechaun, on a very nasty looking planet called Dagobah. Kind of sounds like a swampy planet, and it is. 4, 5, and 6 also explore the dangers of poor engineering, because 2 Death Stars end up getting blown up. The bad guys get their ass kicked by some not so badass teddy bears, and everybody has a party at the end. Alright. We still have time, so episode 7 and 8.
My version?
Do it.
Alright, so you got episode 8, Force Awakens.
That's episode 7, dickweed.
Episode 7.
Oh my god, I'm getting more alcohol. And we're back.
Episode 7, Force Awakens, is the return of Star Wars. Really. It's been on a 10-year break in the real world. But this is actually, it was about 30 or 40 years apart from Return of the Jedi. Sorry, wrong movie. Return of the Jedi to Force Awakens was like 30 years difference. Empire has fallen. There is the New Republic now, and how it opens up is it's a really cool shot. You got a Star Destroyer, planet, you get the Shadow, fucking awesome. You got these ships coming up, and they're going to yet another desert planet. It's not Tatooine this time, though. It's called Jakku, and everyone wants to go to fucking Jakku again. It's true. It's fucking true. Anyways, they go down this planet. They go to this village, and there's the village. They're holding a this guy who's part of the Church of the Force, who knows Princess Leia, and Luke is missing. Holy shit! And then you got Poe Dameron, who's this pretty cool pilot dude, who's like, where the fuck is Luke? And so he's trying to get all this shit to find Luke. Whoa. They have this droid called BB-8, or also called Soccer D2, because he's a soccer ball, why not? Yeah. And then BB-8 comes in screaming like, what their new what the new bad guys are called the First Order, the remnants of the Empire. After the collapse and everything, they went to the unknown region, reformed as the First Order, First Order. So yeah, they got this. They got new stormtroopers that look like shoes now. Anyways, helmets look like shoes. They come into this village, and they're like, "Where the fuck is everyone?" So they just start shooting these fucking guys, and then the village people are starting to shoot these guys. Oh, that's gonna be good. And so you have this awesome. What at that moment we thought was really cool. His name is Kylo Ren. He looks fucking cool. Anyways, he comes into this thing, and he's like, "Where the fuck are all these bitches?" And they stop the shooting. They've captured all the villagers and all that stuff. So then you got Kylo Ren. Poe Dameron is at the X-Wing, and he's shooting the stormtroopers and all that shit. And then he tries to shoot at Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren turns around, stops the blaster bullet, and also stops Poe Dameron at the same time. That's fucking cool. Not gonna lie. Stops the fucking blaster bullet. Frozen. Done. The fuck are you doing?
Okay.
You guys are fucking assholes. And so they bring Poe over here. Kylo Ren and Poe have an exchange. Funny exchange. And so they have the exchange. Poe goes up to the Star Destroyer that Kylo Ren is. Then you have Rey on Jakku, who is a scavenger and whatnot. She turns out to be very important. She has the Force and all that shit, but she doesn't know she has the Force. You guys aren't continue playing? Oh.
Keep doing your thing, damn it.
Okay, sounds good. Whatever. Anyways, Rey turns out to be kind of important and all that stuff. BB-8 escapes. Forgot to tell you that. BB-8 escapes and then gets strangled up by this like elephant. This guy riding this like space elephant thing with like a helmet. Anyways. And so they, Rey, finds BB-8, and they, what the fuck are you guys doing? Anyways, Rey finds BB-8, BB-8 tells her about how she needs to go back to the Resistance. It's no longer the Rebel Alliance, it's called the Resistance now, because there's no real alliance anymore. It's just one big thing called the Resistance, because they're resisting the First Order. Got it? Cool. Now, you have that all taken care of. There is this guy named Finn. Finn is he's a stormtrooper at that point, and he breaks out Poe and is like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Help me. And so they take out a TIE fighter. One of the cool looking, they're black and silver TIE fighters, look pretty cool. They escape, and they get chased down, one of their engines goes out and all that stuff, and they, like, crash land on Jakku. Finn wakes up, like, holy shit, where the fuck is Poe? and he doesn't know where the fuck Poe is, and then the TIE Fighter slides down the sand pit, all that stuff. Yeah. Pretty cool thing. Finn finds Rey, and Rey still has BB-8, and Finn apparently, likes Rey or something. I don't fucking know. They need each other's help. They're trying to find the Resistance. They go together. The TIE Fighters are like, we found the BB-8 and we found the escaped Stormtrooper. So they shoot out this guy. They're trying to find a ship. They're like, that's garbage over there. It's actually Millennium Falcon, go figure. And they try to go over to another ship. That one gets exploded. They're like, the garbage will do. Go to the Millennium Falcon. They have this pretty cool chase inside of a TIE Fighter and all that stuff, because Jakku is actually a battleground that was about 2 or 3 years after the Battle of Endor. Anyways, not really important at this point. Lots of TIE Fighter, or a lot of Star Destroyers and all that shit. So they are flying around this Star Destroyer, and it's pretty cool, all that stuff. And so they go into space. And then there's Han Solo comes up. They tractor beam the Millennium Falcon into their ship. And it's like, hey, we fucking found it. It's home. We're home now. Chewie, and then Chewbacca comes up, and he's a little bit more gray and all that stuff because, aging and whatnot. And so Han's like, they find Rey and Finn and all that stuff. Like, what the fuck? Why are you guys in my ship? Like, your ship? We stole this ship. They didn't say that, but pretty much. And so they're like, you're Han Solo, part of the Resistance, that's all this shit. Like, I was. And so Han Solo's bitter, apparently, with all this shit. So yeah. Then you find out that he had a son named Ben, and then they're trying to find Luke, and where the fuck is Luke and all that shit. And so they go try to find the help of Maz. What the fuck is her name? Maz Katana? Nope, Maz. Who's Maz Katana? That is that really her? Her name? Are you fucking Maz? I don't know her last name. I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, there's a monster scene. There's other things. They leave the ship that Han Solo did have, and now they take Millennium Falcon. Anyways, they go to a castle. Kylo is freaking out and all that stuff, and you kind of find out that he's no, you don't find that until later. Anyways, then they goes to Maz's castle, and Rey's like, I have the Force and all that stuff. Finn tries to leave because he doesn't want to be in this war anymore, and so he tries to leave. And so at this point, then the First Order finds them, takes Rey and BB-8, and then because apparently Rey has the plans or something like that, or I don't know. Anyways, they find Rey, and or Kylo takes Rey, freezes her. Whoa, freezing again. You still have not seen his face yet, which is kind of cool. And then you see he takes off the mask, and it's, driver. Then you get to the part where Leia comes in and C-3PO comes in and all that stuff. They go back to their planet. I don't know the name of the planet where the Resistance calls home yet. So they go back there, and there's Starkiller Base, which is a bigger Star Destroyer, or not Star Destroyer, Death Star. There we go. That's the right word. You guys are fucking assholes. Anyways, it's a bigger Death Star that can kill. Forgot. They shoot off Starkiller Base, and Starkiller Base, instead of one planet, it can destroy multiple. Cool part about it is that it can go into hyperspace to use the beams. They use the beams to go to hyperspace, which is really fun. Or not use the beams to go to hyperspace. The beams go into hyperspace so they can shoot long distance and go a lot farther and faster and all that shit. Cool beans. They take out multiple planets at this point. They take out the center of the New Republic, which throws the entire Republic into chaos. Free thing. You gonna say it? And so Rey and Kylo kind of have this like weird type of like connection, which is weird. And so like they have like this Force face-off type thing where they're using the Force against each other. Like, I'm going to get into your secret. I'm going to get into your mind. And like, no, I'm going to get your mind. And Rey gets into Kylo's mind. And yeah, crazy. And then Rey escapes. We're going to skip a few things because it's not really that important. Rey escapes. Finn and Han, they land on a Starkiller base because they're going to try to take down the shields. And so then they can, the X-Wings can come in and destroy Starkiller base, so this can never happen again. And so Han, Finn, and Chewie go in, and then they got Rey escapes and all that stuff. They meet up, like, whoa, friends, and all that stuff. And then they try to take out Starkiller base. And then Han sees Kylo Ren, goes on this bridge and all that stuff because they're trying to look for them. And he yells out Ben, which is, whoa, that means Ben. Kylo Ren is Han and Leia's kid. And if you know Star Wars Legend, this is why it kind of shocked me, is that Ben Solo is... Well, no, Ben Skywalker is Anakin and Mara Jade's one of their sons and everything like that. And so you have that kind of connection, which is kind of cool, but it's not the right kid. Anyways, long story short, Kylo Ren kills Han Solo. Han Solo falls into the grave and all that stuff. Rey and Finn are really upset about this. So is Chewbacca. Chewbacca fucking shoots Kylo. And Kylo doesn't die, because, yeah. Anyways, so then they try to escape and all that stuff, and then Kylo meets Rey and Finn in the Force and all that shit. And then Kylo, I forgot what he does. He does probably like a Force push or something like that stops Rey. And Rey is like, oh, my lightsaber. And so Finn comes up and picks up his lightsaber, and he has like a duel with Kylo, and Kylo just kind of like fucks him up. And then he also, just remember, he got blasted by Chewbacca's blaster, and he's hitting it because when you use the dark side, pain, you use pain so you can grow strength and all that shit, so you can become more powerful and all that. Kind of cool still at that point. So Kylo Ren's still kind of cool at this point still. Anyways, Rey and Kylo have this fight and all that stuff, and then Rey starts overpowering him, and then the TIE fighters, they take out Starkiller base and it starts blowing up, and then there's an earthquake that separates Kylo and Rey, and then Rey goes find Finn, and then Chewbacca finds them. They go back to the Resistant planet. Kylo probably gets saved by, I think, someone or something like that. And then credits. Last Jedi. Don't have to watch it.
Keep going, we're in the middle of a game here.
Okay. Last Jedi. Oh, God. Yep, I know. Last Jedi. Rey is trying to find Luke, and they find Luke. Forgot to mention that in the last one. She goes and finds Luke and all that shit. Tries to hand him a lightsaber. He picks up the lightsaber, throws it away. Woo, whatever. The First Order finds the Resistance and like fucks their shit up like no other. Poe fucks up their big ol' cool fucking ship that has like proton, like fucking gigantic fucking cannons. Pretty fucking cool. Kills a whole bunch of motherfuckers. And also his own motherfuckers too. They die too. A lot. And so Leia's pissed off and like, you're demoted and all that. And then they go into hyperspace, and then turns out the First Order has technology that can follow them, and so they can't really do much. They don't have that much fuel and all that shit. And so Kylo goes up, shoots the bay, the main HQ bay of the ship and all that shit. And Leia Mary Poppins the shit and goes back to the ship, and she gets saved, and then she's in the bed pretty much the entire fucking movie until the very end. If you really want, I can totally skip the rest of the movie because it's pretty much useless. Luke kind of trains Rey in more of the philosophy of the Jedi instead of more of the actual training itself. Because, I mean, she was a scavenger and all that shit, so she kind of knows what the fuck to do and how to survive on her own. So, she doesn't know how to swing a sword, but whatever. She can survive by herself. She also has the Force. She's super strong in it. She gets tempted by the dark side. She goes back from that. Luke's really worried about that because he was training Kylo. Kylo went to the dark side, killed a whole bunch of his motherfuckers, his Jedi trainees and all that shit. And so he's really afraid of training Rey because he doesn't want her to fall into the dark side, which I understand. Kind of fucking sucks. Looks also like a hobbit in this one. Well, not like a hobbit, more like a gnome kind of thing, like an angry gnome. But he's still tall. Anyways, and so then he burns down this tree that has like the sacred text. And then, he goes to burn it, and then he's like, what the fuck, what did I do? And then he gets blown out of the tree. Yoda comes up, like, whoa! And he's a Force ghost at this point, and then uses lightning to blow the motherfucker up. Like, pretty cool things. And then he's like, oh, Skywalker, that's like one of the only good points. Also, there's this guy named Snoke, which I forgot to tell you about in Force Awakens. You see him twice, so it doesn't really matter, per se. He dies in this one. He's the mentor to Kylo. He's the one who drug Kylo to the dark side and all that shit. So, really, the only part that you need to know, he brought Kylo to the dark side. That's pretty much it. Yeah. He knows a lot about Darth Vader and Palpatine, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, then you got Rey leaves Luke and all that shit, and so then he goes to the Star Destroyer, the big old fucking Super Star Destroyer that Snoke has. They have this awesome kind of duel with Kylo and Rey fighting against all these guards, Snoke guards, because Kylo just killed Snoke, and they're like, what the fuck? And so they have this really cool fight, and then let's skip all that shit, and then they have this ship. There's this crappy character named Hondo or whatever. Hodor, there we go. Better character. She flies her ship into this motherfucker and into hyperspace and breaks up the fucking thing. Really cool. Most people say, holy shit, when they see it. Anyways, that shit gets broken up. Rey and Kylo try to fight for the sword and all that shit, and then they don't do it. And so Rey then goes back to the Resistance, finds them, and then credits.
Well, that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed Jacob's renditions.
I hope you paid attention longer than we did.
Episode.
That was a good game. I don't know who won.
What the fuck?
I think we were just trying to make scenes in the movie.
Oh,
out
were
of
we?
the pictures.
Okay.
No, because seriously,
I was just trying to make pretty colors.
Well, see, this one doesn't really work well.
I was just trying not to listen to him.
I thought you guys were matching because these two matches and everything like that.
No.
These three match.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, those three match, yeah, but like this is a whole scene right here, and so is this actually.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Like we made a whole scene.
I think you're right. Anyway.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Next episode we'll have the renditions from BJ and Dirk.
I am so sorry you had to sit through that.
Could have been much worse.
The good news is, it's only a two-parter.
It's actually
Because you know damn well BJ and I are not going to take the whole fucking episode.
It'll be a 3-parter because there's the previous
It'll be a
episode.
2.5-parter.
Yeah, 2.5-parter. Well, hopefully we'll get to a different topic about halfway through next episode. So, but be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Definitely follow us on Facebook.
Yeah,
and hit us up on Facebook. Leave us a comment. Give us a rating. That'd be great.
Yeah.
At least a 3-star rating would be wonderful.
Even if you want to make the rating like really like funny or sarcastic and all that shit, we like it.
Sarcastic is fine too.
I said sarcastic.
Whatever you feel.
If you feel strokish, leave us a comment. That'd be great.
Yeah, you could do that. But yeah, so
Don't forget our hashtags.
oh yeah, hashtag thumbs down,
and hashtag
Limp for
Kennedy.
Kennedy, and we did a third one.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Hashtag blame Obi-Wan.
Yeah, hashtag blame Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Hashtag blame Obi-Wan. But be sure to also follow our sister podcasts at Real Film Nerds and
The Mile High Show.
Anywho, Toodles.
Yeah.